we still have time left. This is November, and there are some things that we need to do to protect our sprinkler system, our trees and shrubs, take care of our garden and our lawns, and some other quick tips before the winter really moves in. So we have changing weather, we have snow coming. November is a beautiful month, but we've got a lot of things to do. So let's get to it.
November is a good time of year to shut off the sprinkler system. The reason is we don't want anything to freeze. Shutting off and draining your sprinkler system and winterizing it can save costly mistakes. So here's the shutoff ball valve in the basement. Here's a water hammer arrestor, which we don't need to worry about, but this is the drain to the sprinkler system. I would highly recommend shutting it off and draining it, but also have a professional blow out your sprinkler system. You can do this yourself, but it takes a little bit of education to make sure you're doing it right. Even though your sprinkler system is winterized, your lawn still needs water on those warmer days. So anytime over 40 degrees, go ahead and water it by hand. Regarding your garden hose that you'll use to water your lawn, make sure that you disconnect it from the house. This water connection on the house does self-drain, but it cannot have any hoses attached to it. I recommend disconnecting it, turning it on, and turning it back off again to make sure that it's drained completely. This time of year, there's still little critters that are looking for warm places to hide. I found this little frog in this valve box, trying to find a good place to overwinter. He is so tiny, he's probably the size of my thumbnail, but he's so cute I had to show him off. This time of year, the colors are still gorgeous in certain parts of the country. The colors of the shrubs and trees are so vibrant, it's really important to enjoy them before the freeze moves in. To prevent freezing and damage to trees and shrubs, make sure to mulch around the base of both trees and shrubs, and even some perennials too. Just be careful not to over mulch around the base of the trees. Also, wrapping the trees is so important to prevent sun scald. You can simply buy this at any hardware store or online and start from the bottom and wrap up. You can use duct tape or electrical tape to keep it tight. Also, on those warm days, 40 degrees or over, make sure you're watering them as well. But get out there and enjoy the colors of the garden. The lawns are still somewhat green, but you can see so many different varieties of colors and textures this time of year. So take pictures and enjoy your garden in November. But how do you protect your trees from those strong winter winds? Well, these beautiful trees do need protected. So using a plastic snow fence or even a wooden snow fence will really protect the trees from those strong winds, especially the conifers. Now, you can also reuse old pallets for the same purpose. You can upcycle them from previous projects or get them from contractors, but using these in combination with T-posts can be a simple fix and prevent wind damage. Now this time of year, most gardens are not producing very well, although you can still plant some late season veggies and herbs. But cleaning up the garden is really important. A lot of people recommend using leftover leaves from the yard and spreading them over the top. And this is a good way to compost and add good organic material to the garden. And remember, as long as the ground isn't frozen yet, you can still take advantage of this weather to plant bulbs.
So if you want to remember where you planted your bulbs, I'd recommend marking them. Now you can use any type of thing that you want, flags or whatever, but using a golf tee like this is pretty handy because it's out of the way and yet you can still see where all the bulbs are.
And remember, don't overwater your Christmas cactus. If the soil is damp, don't water it, only if the surface soil is dry. Speaking of soil, this is a good time of year to test it. Now, you want to find out what kind of nutrients you have and the pH balance. You can buy a test kit at a local nursery or store, or even order them online. Then you can send them to your local county extension or even university to get the results back. But it's a good time to do that testing so that you can add the organic material you need. If you want a healthy, vibrant lawn in the spring, don't forget to care for it now in the fall. Removing the leaves right now is so important, but also make sure on those nice warm days that we have 40 degrees or more, go ahead and hook up the garden hose and water the lawn. If you haven't already, try and put away all the cages, lattices, and trellises from the garden. We can't forget about the wildlife as well. They need to be fed during the cold winter months. So if you have bird feeders or bird baths, make sure they're full. And you might get some extra visitors, but that's all right. They need food too.
That about wraps it up. If I forgot anything, let me know in the comments below. I probably did forget something, so remind me. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. But I get a lot of questions too about freezing pipes, sprinkler system blowouts, and winterizations. So check out the next video. It will help you out with those questions.